Delius, your tips back again for some spring racing, Daggy and Beaver with you on a beautiful spring afternoon. How you travelling, mate?
It is a beautiful day here as we lead into spring, or in spring. And so, yeah, look, back to some good tracks, which is nice, and hopefully some good racing.
Juicy day last week. Hopefully a few people got something out of it. Very enjoyable. All bar, I guess Via Sistina was the only black eye I really copped last week, so that was nice. Good to have a kick for the rest of spring.
Yeah. It was, look, it was a bit of has been a hot topic this week about the race and the lack of speed and the way it was set up for Mr. Brightside. I did save on Mr. Brightside, but was disappointed with Via Sistina because I had a good multi going. But them's the breaks. That's punting. But outside of that, there was some nice wins. Revelara was a really nice win. Enjoyed that race. And some other nice races as well.
For sure. Yeah, no, Revelare looks a real star in the making. Actually, live Caulfield Cup chance as I
Yes.
get working. I the only thing I was upset about with Mr. Brightside was that I didn't read the race better. I was only angry at myself because it was pretty obvious what was going to happen the more I thought about it. But
Yeah.
you've done well to cop out there. Anyway, we've got to look to the future where we'll kick off at Caulfield again for Sir Rupert Clarke Stakes Day. Rail goes out 6. A bit of rain around Friday night as there is in both states, but I think the track will be good. Probably don't be too far from the speed until we see otherwise. But we're going to kick off with a 1,600-metre benchmark 78. And who do you like in the first?
Yeah, look, bit of a tricky way to start the day. Probably a few more chances than what it looks like, but I have stuck with the favourite in Al Duca. I just like the way that this sets up for it. It's third up here. It's got to carry the 59, but Friedman's flying. It was a good second first up, and then came to Sandown, and that was a nice win there. Gets the extra 100 here, probably gets in the running line, and a good combination of Zara Friedman. I like the way that sets up, and I think it can run extremely well.
Yeah, I spent a long time in this race without a great deal of confidence. I'm going to back the leader in the first, which generally works fairly well at Caulfield. That's the creator. He's going really well. I think it rails through and takes this field up and will give you a sight. I think Nations Call's trialled very well and gets run of the race straight on its back, so we'll make it the main danger in the first. Far Flung is also going well backing up. May just have the map against it on this occasion, but yeah, predominantly the two on paces for me. The second is a benchmark 78 and another one I spent a fair bit of time on without a great deal of wanting to stamp anything. I've put Eagle Express on top. I end up saying it was a nice win last time out, bouncing off that as a mare. Won't be a bad thing. It's a nice gate. Can probably sit a bit close than it has recently, and if it kicks off that, will run well. From Deep Pleasure, who will either lead or sit outside lead, and in another one, it's going to be in the right spot, I think, early in the day before this swings around. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I've gone the same way. I think Eagle Express looks well placed here. I think it can get into the right position in running here from gate 2. It can just sit off the speed, and it let down really nicely for a good sprint last start. I think that can sort of set up again quite nicely here. This isn't the strongest of fields, so I think it can run really well and be hard to beat. I thought one at odds, the top weight Paradise City, resumed quite nicely first up, ran a good final sort of 400 there. That was good. Has some abilities, 1 second up before, should be fitter. Gets out now from the 1,000 to the 1,400, which suits, and gets a 3-kilo claim here. I'd keep a watch on it.
Got another mares race up next, 1,200 metres this time. What are you doing?
Yeah, tough one here to line up. A few have resumed and had the one start, one resuming in the favourite. I'm going to stay with the top weight, See You in Heaven, for the new stable. I thought it was good first up. I think this horse has some ability. Got a bit out of its ground last start over the 1,100. Finished off nicely behind Tropicus and Arkansas Kid, which was leader dominated. Arkansas Kid has come out and won since. I think this is well in the market and got a very good chance.
I thought you might have gone Stratton Angel there. She's been your your little apple of your eye for the last couple of years, but she's pretty average first up. I think
Yeah,
Sea
look,
going really well.
I did look at it. My concern with Stretton Angel is doesn't win often.
Mm.
It's sort of hasn't has 11 goes over this distance, hasn't won, and it's never won on a good track from 11 starts as well. So, having said that, it is second up, and it's never been out of a placing second up. So a bit to balance out there, but yeah, just I thought it was a little bit of a risk.
Now, fair enough. I went around it too. I just, like I said, I had in my head you might go looking for it. I think See You in Heaven's going really well. I agree. I thought the trials leading in for Matt Laurie were good, and that was a very nice resumption. So I'll come with you there. I think Osmar finds the right race and the right setup with the lead to be the live danger. 3 trials, 2 over the 1,000 were interesting. The last one was pretty good. I just wonder if either this is a target or whether they were trying to get her right. That was, I don't know, something felt a bit off with it, but she does get the right setup to run to her best here, I thought, in terms of map and everything else. The fourth is a benchmark 100, 1100 meter benchmark 100, an odd little race that I actually went looking for Coastwatch on top at a big price, but then I went back after the big trial. It trials that way all the time. 30s, I might have something on it. I've ended up putting Nadal on top, who at its best, as you can probably say about a lot of these sources, at its best to blow this field away. One trial off the break was fine. Putting it on top without a great deal of confidence, I think there's better races to bet in, and I may have a small play on Coastwatch. What are you doing here?
No, I'm sticking with Oak Hill here. Was given none last start in a very good race, won by Barracool. Just it was ridden for luck and was badly held up at Moonee Valley. Can put a line through that. When it was last here at Caulfield, won quite well. I think it's got plenty of ability, plenty of potential on the good going. I think it suits Gate 5, the Shin Hayes combination, all things in its favour for me.
The fifth is the Guineas Prelude. The boys, 3-year-olds over 1,400 metres. Who do you like?
Yeah, look, this is a really open race for a small field. Quite confusing because a few of these ran against each other last start, and they've only had the one start since the spell. I did tip Space Rider last start, and that was very disappointing. It fell out of the running like it was shot. Could improve and turn that around, but I'm going for Planet Red. Had 2 nice wins, then was first up that Moonee Valley there again. Probably didn't have the greatest of luck in the way that race was run. I think it gets a better opportunity here. I think it's fitter. And again, another good combination. Zara Kent, Price can run well.
I am going the same way. I'm with Planet Red. Both this and the girls' version of this, I thought were tricky. I think we'll learn more out of it. I think 1,400 metres suits. Took a long time to wind up, but really chewed up the line there behind Rosberg. So it can go on top. And I think Estremo will run well. 1,400 metres and beyond will suit this better than some of the others. So they were the 2 I led with, but I'm coming with you with Planet Red. Without, again, not wanting to stamp too much. The Jim Maloney is up next, 1,400 metre for the 3-year-old fillies. And I've got Cherish Me on top. I thought the trial since the nice win was very good. All things looking equal, and there is fresh blood here which we need to learn about coming from out wide. It made this race tricky, but I think Cherish Me's got the rock solid form to build your thoughts around. So you go on top. Vivid Sun's been very impressive in 2 outings, but has beat up complete trash, so it needs to step up. But live chance, and I thought Spicy Lou is alive in this race and will improve off the bog track resumption in Sydney. What are you doing?
Yeah, I've gone for Vivid Sun. A lot to like about both the wins, one and then spelled, and then sort of last. But it was a good pace and just blew them away. I think this is a promising horse. And I think it's going to enjoy the 1,400 metres getting out here again. I think it posies up in a position where it can come down the outside and be hard to beat. The main dangers, I thought, Ruska Roma. I thought that was a good win first up from the Beg stable. Gets the right draw here on the inside and can sit behind the leaders. And I thought Lathlan from the Busted and Young stable is a massive chance as well. I think had some good jump outs and then won well, albeit on a heavy. I think the second horse in that has since ran okay. So that was sort of the way I was going.
The quaddie kicks off with the first of the Group 1s on the card, which is the Underwood Stakes, 2,000 metres, 1,800 metres, in fact. 2,000's at the Turnbull next, but 1,800 metres here. Sir Delius has come down from Sydney, who I've pinned the mask to back in winter. How does it line up at even money in a Group 1 race now, Beaver?
Look, hard to go past. This is not the greatest of Group 1 races of all time.
Absolutely.
There's a bit of a tail to it, and I think even money's about the right price. That was impressive. Like, last start, the only win here when it had last spell was very good. Came out. It ran above my expectations last start. I love the way I was hitting the line. This is a genuine Melbourne Cup horse here, and I expect it to win. Again, the main danger is Buckaroo. That was a good resumption there of some, not as appealing form last preparation, but we know how good this horse is and can be. It was good to see it bounce back, hit the line hard there. I think it's going to have to give Sir Delius a lead, and I think it's going to find it hard to run it down. They're the clear two here, but Sir Delius, super hard to beat.
Not much more to add. I won't repeat all of that. It's on top. I end up making it best of the day because I could not find a lot to really stamp elsewhere in other races. So best of the day, Sir Delius. Craig Williams can lead if it wants. He'll lead this, or he'll probably tag Desert Lightning as a result of making Desert Lightning the main danger, because it gets the Mr. Brightside setup here. It can just jiggy jog for a long time, and we'll just see how much pressure Willow wants to put on it early. Buckaroo goes in the quaddie, all the reasons you mentioned, and is potentially the best horse. So see how it fits in off a nice resumption. The next of the features is the 1,400 metre Group 1 Rupert Clarke Stakes here, and I'm sticking with Angel Capital. We made our best of the day resuming, and looking back, that was a complete gift. The price we got about it, very impressive. Best jockey in Melbourne on top. It'll be swooping and be very hard to beat, because I'm a bit happy to poke holes in a lot of these. I think Damask Rose is the danger. Very good Australian resumption behind Magic Time, Mickey D, Swooper's Gate. My concern for both is we're not making ground, but I think it'll be fine by this. Another Will Strip, a lot fitter, apparently was very underdone going into that first up run. So I know he's probably in your thoughts. We'll mention Ilse Pals and Arkansas Kid will be the only other two I put in a quaddie, but I'm pretty keen. I've got the winner in those first two numbers. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I've gone at Angel Capital as well. That was pretty impressive first up when let loose. We know it's a good horse. I think it's franked that. So super hard to beat and clear on top. Another Will you mentioned, and I certainly wouldn't be letting this get under your guard. $6.50 is quite a juicy price, this horse. If you were looking at a previous prep, probably start favourite here. So yeah, that's an interesting. You mentioned that it was underdone last start. It was pretty average, but I thought it got a bit too far out of its ground as well. I wouldn't let it get under your guard. And I think Miss Rumbini, I'll be keen to see how it performs up to this class. That was a good first up run after a good strong prep. At gate 14, not ideal and hard to beat.
The Naturalism is up next. It's over 2,000 metres, lead up as we head towards the Caulfield Cup. And we've got a bit of a tail here. That being said, I felt that the favourite was ridiculously short, but then I struggled to really want to find a lot to beat it. Who have you come up with?
Yeah, it appears to be a little bit short, but it looks to be better than these.
Okay.
220 was a little bit skinny, but I think they've got a little bit of opinion of this horse, and that's why it's here in Melbourne for some of these races. And based on that, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to have it as the hardest to beat, because I just found some of these things, some of these other horses, Braden Star, Berkeley Square, even Mark Twain, they're hard horses to catch on their day. And they're, so I just thought it might be a little bit too good for these. I did have Mark Twain as the main danger. I think it's an improving horse. It's third up here. It's drawn off the track, which makes it a little bit harder than probably would have wanted. And there's a long tail here. So I've got half yours as my on topper, but Mark Twain is my saver.
I've gone Statuary on top. I liked its first up run. Had to sit outside lead there, and I thought it was quite brave, holding on through the line. Was unlucky last prep in a couple of runs. It can run well here in as we've said, a field with a lot of beat up horses. Braden Star's going really well. Might be one of those beat up horses, but it's come back this prep in pretty good order. Does need a win, and look, half yours can win, and it wouldn't shock me. I was a bit surprised at around the 220-ish at the moment. I think we get better tomorrow, and if we do, I'll revisit it with some serious consideration. The last is, what is the last? It's race 10. It's, where's my screen gone? There we go. 2,000 metres again, a benchmark 84 this time. I'm going to put Whiskey on the Hill on top. I think the horse is going really well. I know it says 8 and 5 next to it. Both runs had merit. The work either side of it as well. And around $9, I think it presents some value. It should win a race this prep. From Gilded Water, a touch disappointing first up, but did have to sit outside lead. Might even lead this race. I can't find a great deal of pace, to be honest, which is always a concern. Mark Zahra will go forward, I think, from a wide gate. If it does, and if it leads, it'll probably win. They're the two for me. Mr. Verse is a big jumping grade, but was very impressive last time out. May well win this and proves that half these ratings don't mean shit. Anyway, what are you doing here, Beaver?
Yeah, going for Gilded Water here. I think it's clear on top. When these horses come from Sydney to Melbourne, you said there, it had to do a little bit of the work last start, had 61.5, had to sit on the outside and didn't shirk the task after some really good wins in Sydney over further. It's from gate 12, it's got no choice to come across. It's probably going to lead and they're going to have to get past it. And I think it just might be too strong for these. Some of them are fairly average chasers, so clear on top for me.
Beauty. We've got to get to our quaddie on Rupert Clarke Stakes Day. Do you want to give it to us?
Yes, I'll give it to you. First leg, race 7. I'm going number 2, Buckaroo, and number 9, Sir Delius. There's not much to look at there. In the next race, race 2, or second leg, I'm going number 1, Another Will. Number 5, Arkansas Kid. Number 9, Angel Capital. Number 15, Miss Rumbini. In the third leg, I'm going to go number 2, Berkeley Square. Number 8, Mark Twain. Number 16, Statutorio. And number 17, Half Yours. And to finish off in the last race, I'm going number 3, Whiskey on the Hill. Number 8, Gilded Water. Number 10, Mr. Verse. And number 12, Lit Steel.
Beauty, your best in value.
My best, because I know you're going to go Sir Delius, is race 10, number 8, Gilded Water. And my value bet comes up in race 3, number 1, See You in Heaven.
Beautiful. The Beavers tips are cooking at the moment. My best 7-9, Sir Delius, and value race 10, number 3, Whiskey on the Hill. 1-1 as well, the Creator. Give your sight at an each way price. Let's head to Randwick, where we've got another Group 1 in action there on what should be a good track as the clouds close in Sydney behind me. Some rain coming this afternoon or this evening, but should clear up in the morning, and I think we race on a good track again. Rail goes to the 7 metre from the 1,000 to the winning post. 4 metres remain. Probably up and up is where you want to be, I'd suggest. Not too far from the pace. We kick off with a midway, 1,600 metres, benchmark 72. And Beaver, how did you line up a couple of lead-ups into this race in the midway? Did you?
Yeah, look, I'm going for the Makana here. I think it sets up perfectly here. Gate 1 jumps out, takes up a handy position here. Not in the lead. Got the 2 kilo claims. It gets in at 56. 4th run in. Everything points in the direction of they're all going to have to run past it, and that may be too difficult.
Yeah, same. gets a lead. Had to sit outside the lead last time out and was left a sitting shot, freshen up back to the mile. All looks good. I think it's a good way to start the day. From look, a couple of little bits and pieces. The Tono was pinned to the inside first up, and he's unbeaten at the mile. I'll make it the danger. And Kingston Charm comes back for a metro race next best. Claim the Crown, I thought was interesting. First up was good for Sarge, so we might go into any exotics, but normally around this lead, I think it's going to be hard to run down. Second is a 1,000-metre highway race. I didn't spend a great deal on this, especially one being a highway, two being 1,000 metres. I thought the Trials of Sparkling Glitter was good. I don't know. You got anything here? Tip your mate.
Yeah, old mate's going to win this one. Social Circle. This has a bit of ability, this horse. I think it, again, gate 6 sits where it wants to sit. Zachy Lloyd on board. The 200, it'll say go, and go it will.
How does he always have these horses? He rolls out these lightly raced horses every month, and you never hear from him again. Where do all these horses go? Like
They just go back and run at Scone, and
just you never, or they disappear to Wyong. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah, well, it just brings them in for highways and midways.
Yeah, and then just never hear from him. Anyway, 1,200 metre benchmark 88 is up next, and a bit bedazzled by the unlucky runner, but I think Disnex should have won last time out. J-Max jumped on, who seems to be the course for the rest of the day that J-Mac jumps on, and I'm going to tip it. It's on top for me. From Midnight Opal, who I had in my head was a wet tracker, but has done some decent stuff on good tracks as well, and is a nice horse that trialled well. Main Danger. They're the two main ones for me. Sergeant Major's alive if you are interested in that. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I wanted to go Disneck. It had the right setup here. Gate 4, McDonald Baker, third up. It had everything going in its favour. I might save on it, but I'm going to back number 10, Rock Empire.
Okay,
Assuming here for the Waterhouse stable. I think it might be, it's had a fair amount of time off, but has trialled quite nicely, and I think it can run well on its return. So just to watch on it around the $7 mark. With the favourite, the hardest to beat.
Yeah, cool. Absolutely. The girls are up next. 1,400 metre benchmark 78. I had a couple that I was interested in here, both at double figures. The first is, the last start winner, well timed. It sat 3 wide and beat most of these. Nash is stuck. You're getting $13 with a much better run. I think it's mapped now. Well, New South Wales have mapped it leader back, but I think it'll be somewhere there or thereabouts. From Polymnia, who has trialled really well, has ran in some really nice races. J-Max jumped on, and again, you're getting $11 to find out. Both well worth some thought when looking for Meridiana, but no jockey, I assume, might be held off for another day once again. Right, we've sorted the Beaver. What are we doing in race 4?
Yeah, race 4 was a bit of a tricky affair here as well. I'm going to go for Dominetta, so I'm going to back up here. I thought it was held up a bit there, and once got clear, thought it got home quite nicely there at Randwick. I think there'll be a further improvement there. Gets out to the 1,400 here. I think that suits, and in what looks to be an open race, I think it can run extremely well.
The 5th is a 2,000 metre Group 3 Kingston Town Stakes. What are we doing with these two gay war horses?
Yeah, look, pretty tricky here, isn't it? With the two gay horses. I think I'm actually going to go for Ilmaz. I think it might just be a little bit too zippy over the 2,000. I think Vauban is probably setting up and looking for further. I know it hit the line quite well over the 1,600 last start and was taking ground off him. Just maybe second up syndrome here may not, as they're building in the campaign here. So I'm going Elamaz on top just because of the better price here. It should be a nice race to watch. Obviously, Vauban the hardest to beat.
Yeah, I think they're the two. I was half leaning the same way, and I'm interested that J-Max jumped onto Elamaz as well off the back of Birdman. I've put Vauban on top just because it's going to have a slight fitness edge, maps really well. I think, as I said, the two chances, very interested to see how this race pans out. The fillies are up next, 1,400 metre T-Rose for all the 3-year-olds. And I've gone Apocalyptic on top. When I went back and watched this, I think she won first up sort of in spite of herself. I think she knows what she was doing there. I think she has to improve off the back of that. It took her ages to take that gap and to just sort of get on the right leg. And when she did, she was pretty explosive. I think it'll be much better for that run, and it is on top. From the horse that matched it there, Tupacara, it'll settle slightly further forward from a better gate and from and up to 1,400 metres, so that'll suit. But another nice horse, another nice filly, I should say. What else we got? I think Karinska was the over the odds. It was a bit unlucky first up. What are you doing?
Went exactly the same way as you. I liked Apocalyptic. I tipped it. First up, I think it will be hard to beat again here. I think there'll only be further improvements. And I think it gets all the favours here. Again, probably the main danger was the one that chased it home last time.
1,400 metre Bill Ritchie handicap is up next for horses on the road to the Epsom, I suppose. What are we doing here? Where am I? Royal Patronage is still in both races, also in the Group 1. What are you doing, Beaver?
Yeah, look, I'm going to go for Headley Grange here. I like this horse and I'm keen to follow it. Again, probably this is a step up in grade here, and not only ideally drawn in 16, but already coming in 3 gates to 13, so that will help. And this is a hugely open race here. These are all fairly even horses here, and I think it can run really well. I like the price, $7.50. It's got a good sprint. It can settle handy. Just might need a little bit of luck in running, so I've got it on top. Yellow Brick, I think, can run well as well. It's got the ideal draw here in 5, 4th up here, so it's fully fit and ready to go, and certainly hardest to beat. So I'm looking around the $7-8 to play it in this race.
If Royal Patronage is here, it's on top. I might have wanted slightly more from the trial, but they're as good as you get, I suppose. We'll push forward from that out wide gate and find a spot. If it's not here, or the main dangers, with your blessings going as well as it can at the moment, I think it's running really well. Been to finish with 2 top horses its last couple. And a horse over the odds, maybe, I assume it's heading to the Coolmore, but moving out's gone to Queensland and has trialled really well twice for this. Had a nice win, I think it was second up last time out, last prep. Bit forgotten by the market. A big price goes into the quaddie when we get there. Just throw that one out there. What else? That'll be us as we head to the feature, which is the 7 Stakes, where Royal Patronage has come out, so we'll run in the Bill Ritchie. 7 Stakes, Group 1, over the 1,600 metres. I thought Fangirl was disappointing last time out, Beaver. You give me another chance?
Oh, certainly give it a chance, but I thought a little bit the same. I thought it was a bit disappointing, but there's probably a few horses in that race that you could probably say a little bit disappointing. Certainly not without a chance. Does its best work here at Randwick. Was going the other way at Caulfield last start. We know it's a quality horse, but also it has to do a few things right. I'm going to settle on Gringotts. I'm going to stick with Gringotts and give it another go. Again, I was probably a bit disappointed with its first up run, but that was not great ground there at Randwick. It was pretty heavy. Not many of them handled that, so I'm willing to forgive that. Has come and trialled well since. Gets the right draw here. Gate 1 can either probably just sit in behind something like Lindemann, who I suspect will lead and might be a little bit nippy if it gets the right split at the right time.
I've gone Gringotts on top, and Royal Patronage coming out probably means it just gets the absolute perfect run here. And Fangirl's going to have to catch it. So I'm going to come with you. I think Fangirl can improve. I think there was some excuses there, and she does. Whenever I'm not with her, she blows fields away like this. So I'll probably have the shits about this time tomorrow afternoon when she does do that. But Gringotts on top. What are your thoughts on Lindemann, given we've talked about it beat Sir Delius at home. It's beaten the 2 horses we talked about earlier home. There's a bit of form around it now. I know it is Lindemann, but Nash is also stuck with it over Private Eye. Is that any lead, or we just treat it like it's Lindemann and forget
I think you got to.
start?
Yeah, I'm going to treat it like it's Lindemann, and maybe it's won its race this preparation first up, and that was the tilt. But time will tell if it's going from strength to strength. But yeah, I just think some of these might be too good.
Speaking of too good, the next up is one of the stops on the way to the Everest, 1100 metre Yarraman Park Shorts. And we see Private Harry, arguably the best sprinter in Australia at the moment, resuming, and it's on top for me. Trials are fantastic. Did some great stuff last time out. Does meet a top field, but Jolie Star and Co are going to be giving it a bit of a start. And I don't think when Jolie Star has a grand final in a few weeks, I don't think she's going to be fully revved up, and I think it's going to be a task for her to catch Private Harry on the pace here. So it's on top, one of the better bets on the day, actually. What are you thinking?
Yeah, look, I've gone the same way. Thought it was short enough at $2.20 against this field, first up. But as you say, could well be the best sprinter in the land. It does have 58 kilos. So that's it's getting up now in the weights compared to what it's carried in the past. But I'll back it on the basis that it is a very, very good horse. And as you say, he's probably giving the others giving it a head start, and that may be just too much. But Jolie Star at $6, I don't know that you might get that again.
It's true. The last is the Shootout Mile it's a benchmark 88, over a mile. What are you doing here?
Yeah, look, I'm going for Lord Penman. Clear on top for me here. Gets the right gate, gets the right draw. This is a, pretty ordinary race in my mind. And I think it's a horse that's got plenty of improvement since coming from New Zealand. It's a clear on top for me, and not a bad way to finish the day, I think.
I agree. My only concern is we're starting to go on 5 weeks between runs, which feels a bit odd. But it's on top. I've made it my best because I couldn't find much else to talk about. The stablemates are Danger Narbold, 7-day back up into a mile. Looks like a nice Waller setup. Quaddie for 7 Stakes Day. First leg 2 Yellow Brick, 4 Basusto, who neither of us talked about and has to actually do something in Sydney, but I'll throw it in. 7 Headley Grange, 8 With Your Blessing, 15 Moving Out, and 17 Royal Patronage. Second leg is 3 Private Eye, 5 Gringot, 6 Lindemann, and 11 Fangirl. Third leg 1 Briasta, 2 Private Harry, 4 Jolie Star. And we'll come home with 4 Fully Lit leading in the last, 5 Lord Penman, 9 Perfumist, and what's this one down the bottom? 14 Narbold, 15 Sunshine Law. $100 gets you about a quarter of that quaddie. My best is in the last race 10, number 5 Lord Penman. Value race 4, number 3, well timed at the double figures. What are you thinking, Beaver?
Yeah, my best comes up in race 2, number 15 Social Circle. And my value bet comes up in race 4, number 15, Dominetta.
Beautiful. Much going on in Queensland?
Not a lot, to be brutally honest with you, Dagster. I did find just 2, and they were, let me just find it for you, race 5, number 7, Waku Waku.
Okay, yep.
And then multi that up with the following race, race 5, number 4, Lorado.
Just one at Newcastle tomorrow, actually. The Freedman horse, race 8, number 9, I think. Ruination, race 8, number 9, Ruination, I think, is a talented beast there. That's about it. Group 1 racing tomorrow. Weather looks good. The racing looks good. Excited to get stuck into some more spring stuff. It's been Show Us Your Tips. Good luck tomorrow, and we'll talk soon.